Meanwhile, a row has broken out over the adjustment of marks. Umalusi, the education watchdog, has announced that out of 58 Matrics subjects, 28 will be upwardly adjusted. The decision has not gone down well in several quarters, with critics questioning the methodology and the impact.
The only legitimate justification for adjusting the marks upwards is if the papers were more difficult than the previous year. Fortunately, we've had no evidence, even though we have called for the evidence, that the papers were more difficult than last year. In fact, it seems to us that the reason why the marks dropped and needed to be readjusted upwards was because of the huge influx of progressed learners. So we had 109,000 progressed learners in this cohort, which we believe had to be compensated for, and which we believe because of that, it might have led to an upward adjustment. It means that you're going to have a whole cohort of learners who will be looking for work next year or trying to get into university, and they will be ill-equipped for the world of work and for university if their marks have been inflated.
Upward adjustments are done when exam papers are demonstrably more difficult than previous years, but critics such as the DA allege lack of evidence to demonstrate that the papers were of a higher standard. If actual marks are worse than last year's, the department adjusts them upwards. The counter is that the difficulty should be assessed independently of the results and prior to the exams and not later. Umalusi says standardization ensures learners are not disadvantaged. But the DA says underperforming learners are at a disadvantage in later stages. While Umalusi defends the process, saying it mitigates the impact on learners' performance by factors other than their own knowledge, critics say adjusting marks upwards may mask systemic problems that mar the education system.
We also, over and above that, look at the patterns over the past 5 years to say, how have the learners been performing in this subject for the past 5 years? We look at the mean of the past 5 years, and we're able to make a determination whether the paper was fair, too difficult, or too easy. If it was too easy, we bring the marks down, because then the learners will have it easy, they'll pass easily. If it was too difficult, then we adjust the marks upwards. What should happen here, and one of the basic principles of standardization is that no one should be advantaged or disadvantaged by the year in which he was born.
It's about moving, learning, moving, trying again, and going forward. There's no way that a paper that was well written and was well passed in 1988 is going to be given in 2018. There's no way. People progress, people move, and we need to always go back and check ourselves. This is done also in universities, for that matter. Question papers are set, students fail, we sit down and say, what is happening? What could have contributed to either high pass rate or low pass rate? We have to sit down and always metamorphosize, so to speak. We always progress and grow.